Hi, grade 10 ICT students. This is teacher Jerilyn again for another episode in Computer System Servicing. Your topic this second week is about common network cables. The learning competency that you are about to learn is inspecting networking devices, media, and connectors. For your guide questions, what are the common network cables? And how do you differentiate a twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, and fiber optic cable? Last week, we already discussed the safety precautions related to network. This time, let me introduce to you the common network cables. We have here three network cables: the twisted pair, coaxial cable, and fiber optic cable. Let us discuss one by one. So first we have the twisted pair. It is a type of copper cabling that is used for telephone communications and most Ethernet networks. A pair of wires forms a circuit that transmits data. So the picture shown is a twisted pair cable. There are two basic types of twisted pair cables: the unshielded twisted pair, or UTP. It is the cable that has 2 or 4 pairs of wires. This type of cable relies solely on the cancellation effect produced by the twisted wire pairs that limits signal degradation caused by electromagnetic interface or EMI and radio frequency interface or RFI. The second one is the shielded twisted pair or STP. Each pair of wire is wrapped in metallic foil to better shield the wires from noise. 4 pairs of wires are then wrapped in an overall metallic braid of foil. STP reduces electrical noise from within the cable. So let's go back. Unshielded twisted pair or UTP has 2 or 4 pairs of wires, but it is not wrapped in metallic foil. While in shielded twisted pair or STP, each pair is wrapped in a metallic foil. So UTP comes in several categories that are based on 2 factors: the number of wires in the cable and the number of twists in those wires. Category 3 is the wiring used for telephone systems and Ethernet LAN at 10 MB per second. Category 3 has 4 pairs of wires. There are also Category 5 and Category 5E, and they have 4 pairs of wires with a transmission rate of 100 Mbps. Category 5 and Category 5E is the most common network cables used. Category 5E has more twists per foot than Category 5 wiring. Now the second one is the coaxial cable. It is a copper cord cable surrounded by a heavy shielding. Coaxial cable is used to connect the computers to the rest of the network. Coaxial cable uses British naval connectors or BNC or bayonet nail concealment connectors at the ends of the cables to make the connection. The picture shown is a coaxial cable. There are several types of coaxial cable that exist. We have the thick net or 10 base 5 is a coaxial cable used in networks operating at 10 Mbps with a maximum length of 500 meters. ThiNet, or 10-base-2, is a coaxial cable used in networks operating at 10 Mbps, but with a maximum length of 185 meters. RG59 is most commonly used for cable television in the US, and RG6 is higher quality cable than RG59 with more bandwidth and less susceptibility to interference. The third one is the fiber optic cable. It has one or more optical fibers enclosed in a sheath or jacket. Because it is made of glass, fiber optic cable is not affected by EMI or RFI. So the picture shown is a fiber optic cable. These are the two types of glass fiber optic cable, the multi-mode and the single mode. So multi-mode is the cable that has a thicker core than single mode cable. It's easier to make, can use simpler light sources such as LED or light emitting diodes, and works well over distances of a few kilometers or less. While single mode is the cable that has a very thin core. It is harder to make, uses lasers as a light source, and can transmit signals dozens of kilometers with ease. So we're done with our topic this week. What have you learned? First, the common network cables are twisted pair, coaxial cable, and fiber optic cable. When we say twisted pair, it is a type of copper cabling that is used for telephone communications and most Ethernet networks. A pair of wires forms a circuit that transmits data. Coaxial cable, on the other hand, is a copper cord cable surrounded by a heavy shielding. And lastly, fiber optic cable has one or more optical fibers enclosed in a sheath or jacket. Now, it's time for your activities. So on your learning activity sheets, week 2, configuring computer system and networks, accomplish activity 1 on page 2, activity 2 on page 3, and reflection also on page 3. Once you're done, you may send your answers offline using ESV or online through Messenger or email. That would be all for this week. See you next week, class. Goodbye.